So lesson 5, I'm very happy that we come to lesson 5. And someone said to me that, do everything for 3 months and just see how it goes. So regardless of attendance, I'm going to, continue to do this, for 3 months. And if I've got enough, interest, then I will continue to do it. So please help me improve this and then spread the word so we can continue to have this. So again, Crafty 101, thank you for joining the group, guys. It is a place where we want to, help people to drink better tea. And then I now learned that just talking about the tea itself is not enough. And that's why I also started to teach Chinese and then try to, involve other subjects, about Chinese value and culture. So, to encourage people to drink better tea. Then today, lesson 5, it is about the 5 elements. So these 5 elements also the foundation of the key Chinese philosophy concept for both feng shui and traditional Chinese medicine. Did you know that, feng shui and Chinese medicine actually were like coming from the same source, which is like, because this concept is drawn from Taoism, the 5 elements. And, we sort of believe that, the whole universe, formed by these 5 elements. Unlike, I think, Hinduism, or is it Buddhism? They are only 4, but Taoism is 5. And this is what we are learning today. And you will see that here, I write, the first one is gold, but here is a metal. But, the Chinese character means gold, but it actually, can signify all the metals. So any metals, it can be right as this. So we also have another word called Wu Jing, 5 gold, and it just means all the metals. Okay, let's start. And just let me know if you have a question. Otherwise, I'll just keep going. So, and also thank you for everyone to turn on your camera as well. This is very good because I had a lesson on Saturday and no one showed up except for Joe. And I just feel my energy just slowly going down because you're just talking to a screen. So, really appreciate everyone being on screen. So this is the Chinese character for gold. And then, please repeat after me. Jing.
Jing.
First sound, Jing. I think we have Helena here. Hi, Helena. Thank you for joining. So let's do it a few more time. Jing.
Jing.
Jing. Very good. Okay. And this is like the writing for Jing. And how do we memorize it? I just, sort of picture it as like this is a 2-layer box with a fancy, top. And then the 2 bar of gold, you put it, on each side, then it becomes this. So it's easier to, remember. And this is like, the transition through all the different period, roughly a few thousand years to become the modernized writing here. So we're not going to talk about, the original meaning, but, this used to be the stove, where you will melt the gold into the bar. And that's why, 2 bar and then next to the stove, but in today's context, it's better to imagine it that you're, pocketing your gold into your little drawer. Okay, next up is mu. So it's the 4th sound, mu. Okay, a few more times, everyone. Mu. Very good. Mu. Mm. So pinyin is like, both letter has a sound and then we combine it together. So this is actually called mu. Sorry, this is and then this is u. So mu, mu.
Mu.
Yes, so mu is like, it can also mean tree. So it's not actually just the block of wood. As you can see here, the old writing actually signify a tree, not just the material. And then eventually we pull, the little branches down and, so the show become flat. And then this is the root of the tree. Great. Now the third character is 水. So we go down first and then we go up. 水.
水
Very good. So obviously it means water. And how did it come to like that? Actually this is a river in the old writing. And then, the river, and I don't know, this is the tree next to it, or, or the liquid, running alongside it. I'm not so sure. But then it becomes, this is, carved onto the bone. It means 水. And then this is carved onto metal, when they first, start to using metal to, to record what happened in history. And then eventually, modern day, it becomes this. But we'll write about it soon. So just remember, this is the river going down, and then this is the water in it. Okay, next up is 火.
火火
火
火火火
火.
火
Yes. So in Chinese, one character is one sound. So there's no occasion that you will do, two sound at once, but we do the up and down of the same sound. So let's go again. 火.
火
Joe, can you say it just by yourself? Because I want to see if I can correct you.
火
One sound. So you say her, you say I don't know how to explain. One sound, because I can hear you saying two sound. You say who and all separately, but I want you to combine 火.
火
Yes, but try to say up and down, but the same sound. 火.
火
Yes, better. But probably stronger in the 火, and then go up. 火.
火
Very good. Great. So fires, originally it's written like this, and then it becomes, how I remember it or how I explain to my son, a person seeing the fire and then they, frantically putting up their arm and say, "Oh my God, fire!" So this is a person, who is, acting very anxious when they see the fire, with their arm up. Does that make sense? Beautiful. And then the next one up, 土. Lots of third sound today. 土. Okay, I'm gonna break it, apart again. So it's 特五土. Yes. So I'm thinking that maybe next lesson I will do a pinyin lessons for all the five main sound, which is R, O, I, E. I don't remember. So it's five sounds, and I will teach you five sound. R, E, I, O, U. Yes, the five sound. And then it will make it easier for you guys to pronounce. So with the 土, it can mean the earth, and it can also mean soil. It basically means, it's whatever that is, on the ground that we can stand on. So that's why it's drawn as like, some sort of rock with dirt around it. So it basically means the ground as well. And then eventually it becomes, it becomes this.
Actually, it's the stone. It means the stone.
It means what? Sorry?
In the stone, 土块, a mud stone. 土块是什么?
土块, a
Clay.
block of clay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the first character,
Yeah.
and then when the character change, they fill in the middle, so it turns to that shape.
Okay.
它下面是个
yes, you
ground.
can also imagine it, I don't know. If you want to imagine a tomb, you can. I don't remember who suggested this because it does kind of look like, a cross on the ground. So you can imagine it as a tomb, but, because, I'm Chinese and we don't like to remember things, with negativity. So a tomb is not so, if it helps you, please do remember it like that. But, it's not what I would suggest, but I will continue to brainstorm how we can remember it.
Maybe even like with the little cross, you could imagine that as like a stick figure person and they're standing on the ground.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Instead of a tomb.
A scarecrow on the
Or a
ground.
scarecrow,
Yeah, a scarecrow on the ground. That's great. Amazing. All right. So, again, this is the workshop happening this Saturday, and this will be the 5 water we will be used to brew the same tea. Too bad, Emma, you're not here because I think that you probably really enjoy this because the 5 water, one being a pure water and one having a very high TDS, the total dissolved solids. And then 2 with like just the right TDS, one from Taiwan and one from Australian. And then we're going to taste it and then find out different minerals, how it impacts the taste of the water. And then will that translate into the tea that we brew, and then what sort of water is better for tea brewing? And that will be the goal of the workshop. Hopefully we'll get a few more people joining because we plan for 40 people, but we haven't sold all the tickets just yet. And again, this is the 3-level tea course that I'm hosting. I'm not going to repeat again. This is the chat. If you want to book a chat, thank you, Emma, for booking a chat to chat with me. I look forward to talking to you next Monday. And why do I want to teach 5 elements, because it's tea related Chinese. How's the 5 elements related to tea? Well, if you follow the philosophy, the 5 elements will be related to everything. Okay, because this is what the universe is, the 5 elements is make up everything in the world. Then in the setting of tea, can you find the element for Jing for me? Jing will be
the kettle.
Is it the teapot?
yes, but this is, I would say, it's a kettle. So not a teapot. Teapot is here. This is my silver kettle. Thank you. And then in Chinese, in the philosophy, 金生水. So, the metal element actually enhance the water element. And then that's why having, your kettle made of metal will follow the rules of the universe in a way and actually makes your water, taste better. So that is one element. And then, what is this, guys?
水.
水, very good. Is it the color? Give out.
Yeah, the colors.
The water. And I think that I don't need to explain this one. To be able to brew a cup of tea, you have to, have water. And then there's a poem, and it says that, water is the body of tea. And then tea gives essence to the water. It's actually a poem. If you are interested, I can look it up and send it to you as well. So you know, you can't make a cup of tea without good water. So water is quite important. There's another saying saying that, okay, if you have you know 100% you know tea but 80% water, then you have 80% you know cup of tea, you know, when it's brewed. And then in reverse, you have 80% tea but 100% water, you will have 100% cup of water. Does that make sense? It means sometimes the quality of the water is actually more important than the leaves itself. So yeah, having good water, you know, is very important in tea brewing. Okay, the next element, can someone tell me what this one is?
Fire?
Yes, the person waving the hand is fire. Very dangerous. So you know, where do we use fire in the tea brewing?
To
Cooking.
heat the water.
Yes, to you know heat up the water, and then the clay. Clay. What is this? I already give it up.
Tool,
Tool.
tool,
Yes, the earth. Where is the earth in you know in tea brewing?
the clay pot, the glass,
Yes.
the mug.
Yeah, the cups, the teapot. Yes, that's correct. And then the last element here,
Mu,
mu. So where is the mu element? The wood.
Is that the tea?
Correct. Yes. So we also have a saying that you know tea is the essence of you know wood. As in for this element, you know, tea is actually the best representative of it. And anything that grows will, you know, classify into these elements.
Mm.
Yes. Thank you for you know, and participating in this activity. Okay, now we will go to the writing part. Today I'm gonna use color of the gold. And then this one is Jing. So we will start with the top. Okay, this is a fancy drawer. Don't know what to call it. So you have a roof, you know, a rooftop you know, shape. And then it has two compartments, two layers. So draw out the two layers. And then we can put the 2 bar of gold inside. And that is your character for gold. Very good, Joe. I like it. So next time, trying to follow the order of the show. Because the middle part here, if I may draw over yours, the middle part here should be one stroke. So after you do this is one, and then down. So 1, 2. Do you want to go again?
Sure.
Right.
How do I erase that?
You don't have to.
Oh, I don't have to?
Yeah, I think it's a good example.
Okay, try it again.
That's great, Emma. Helena, are you in here? Joe is Joe, you're building from the ground up like an engineer. But with Chinese writing, it is, you know, we write from left to right and then top to bottom. So we have to go with the top show first and then build from the top down.
Okay.
So everyone had a go. Then we'll go to page 2, please. Oh, someone already written here as well. I don't know how. So let's start writing wood. How do we pronounce wood?
Mu.
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 Mu. So we go down with this one. So for wood, it's quite easy, you know. We give it a flat branch, and then we give it the trunk to go all the way to the ground, and then there's, you know, 2 roots going on both sides, and that's wood.
It's very similar to the Korean word for tree in a
Yes.
way.
I would say that, you know, Chinese writing influenced a lot of the, you know, the writing system around. I think that up until, I don't know, 100 years ago, Vietnamese will completely follow, you know, Chinese writing and use Chinese, you know, as their official language. And then and then Japanese also have kanji. Kanji literally means Chinese writing. And then so I'm not surprised, you know.
Yeah, I think Korea has Hanja, which is the
Yeah.
original like Korean/Chinese, and then they have their newer writing system, and the word for tree in that is namu.
Okay. Beautiful. Is this one easy to remember?
Yes.
Great. Amazing. Okay, now we go to the next one, which is the water. I might just take this out, so I can't. How did you do that, Ying? Anyway, so this is the water. We'll go straight down, the river flowing down, and then turn a corner. And then we will also, you know, have some water splash on one side, and then some water splash on the other side. How are we going? If you have any question or confused about anything, let me know. Beautiful. So once you understand, you know, this element, you can add cheesy anywhere. So for example, the word gold, then we have a tea name called Jing Junmei, then you'll be able to spot it. Jing, and it's a black tea, and you're like, okay, it's a Jing Junmei. Then shui also is used in a lot of tea. For example, 水晶龟, 水晶龟 is like, you know, 水 and 晶 together. And it's a type of rock oolong. And because it's the basic elements, and that's why you will be able to see it in a lot of places. That's why it's good words to learn. Yeah. And then look like we are doing very well with this word as well. Then we will be moving on to 火. This is also quite simple. So this is the, you know, character for people, 人. And then this person is waving its arm because the building's on fire. So how do we say it again?
Oh.
火.
Oh, yeah.
火.
Oh,
Oh, that's so much better, Joe. That's it. The last one is correct. Because before you sort of sound like you're saying who.
ooh,
Or. So
oh,
you need to open your mouth a little bit bigger than who.
wow,
So it's hollow inside.
wow,
火. 火.
oh,
Yes, that's it.
wow.
Yes. So when we write this word, we tend to write the person first. Actually, no, that's not correct. Let's follow the order here. Don't listen to me. So we write the arm and then the person. And then everyone remember this because we don't have a lot of time left. So let's go to the last one. So we had, collectively come up with a way to memorize it. Thank you, guys. Now it will be a square cord sticking on the ground. And what does this mean again?
Earth.
Earth.
Correct, yes. So it means earth. It also means soil, especially, if you are, growing a pot plant, and that will be the things that you put into the pot, to grow a tree. So that is why, 土生木 means, the earth is a good element to enhance wood. Great. So very, very great attempt, Joe. The only thing is that, we will try to join this part without, going down, going past it. Yeah,
Are you using a pen or are you using your mouse?
my mouse.
You're doing that with your mouse?
Yes.
Wow, I'm impressed.
But because I've been writing, Chinese writing for, I don't know how many years.
Okay.
So any tea labels today?
I have one.
Yes.
It was one that was gifted to me by a customer. I know it's a black tea, but I don't know what kind of black tea it is, but I have been enjoying it.
Okay, let's have a look. Junhou. Oh, okay. There. Should I just tell you, or do you recognize any Chinese character in that?
Well, I mean, I recognize the Hong Cha down the bottom.
Beautiful, beautiful.
But I couldn't recall if we'd gone through any of the other characters. And when I look in my writing of what we have gone through, I don't think we have yet.
Okay, if you hold it up again. So the big fancy writing is actually just the brand name. So we don't need to worry about that. But the 4 character on the side.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get it to focus.
If you go out, there you go. If the 4 characters going down on the side is actually the name. And the second character is the character from mountain. The third character means small. So something small. And it is a 正山小种. So in English, it's lapsang 小虫.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's a smoky tea, but bear in mind that there is a Western style lapsang
Yeah.
and there's the Chinese style lapsang. The Chinese one tend to be less smoky. And if it's a
okay.
traditional method one, then it's a beautiful tea. Yeah, I would love some as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been savoring it.
Oh, that's great. I love that. Okay, go back to the slides. I need to go through it because I don't remember what else I put in there. Oh, okay, that's it. So go to the front if you have a little time. I will just quickly talk about the 金木水火土. By the way, 金木水火土 is this Chinese writing and these elements is also in year 1 of Chinese lessons for all the Chinese, primary school students. Because I get a book trying to teach my son, but I had absolutely no time and he's already year 3, so we're very behind. So you can see there's like lots of stripe, like, you're wondering what is going on. So the correct writing, it should not be a circle. Mu should be in the middle, more or less, because sorry, not mu, tu. Tu is sort of like the middle balancing element. But generally speaking, it's 金生水, as in the element gold will enhance, you know, the element of water. And guess what? Wait, yes. And then 水, you know, you can sort of, you know, understand it because it's the natural way. So, you know, when there's lots of water, like when you water your pot plant, then, you know, the element of wood will grow. So 水生木. So in order for your pot plant to grow, you need to put the element of water in it. And then, you know, the wood will feed the fire. So, you know, for the fire to, you know, get strengthened, then you will put more wood into the fire. Yeah. And then the fire will strengthen the clay. I think this one, it will be a little bit, you know, hard to understand, but you can, you know, perhaps imagine maybe volcano. You know, after
Or
it
even,
erupted, you know, then more soil, more fertile soil.
even
And
like a kiln when you imagine tea wares and it's
yeah,
nice soft and then you
correct.
put the tea wares in
Yes.
the kiln.
And then where do you find metal?
The earth.
Yes, you dig inside the earth and find it. And then, you know, that so they try to use the 5 elements to explain, you know, everything that happened in nature. And you can also see that, you know, it actually promote you know, balance, because without one, then, you know, all the other elements will just crumble. And then, you know, and it also sort of, you know, the arrow going opposite direction also suggests that, you know, it's actually, you know, going against each other as well. So it's holding each other up. Yeah. So for example, you know, if you put water onto the fire, then the fire will just, you know, gone. The fire would be gone. I'm looking like,
Distinguish.
yes, exactly. Yes. So this sort of method is used in feng shui. So you know we can, you know, explain, you know, for example, the sun going up, going down, and then we can also in traditional Chinese medicine, each of these elements will signify an organ. So for example, your heart will be the fire. And then your digestive system will be the earth. And then your water will be, you know, the system where you pass out your urine. Like that. And then your liver is your wood.
Very interesting.
Yes. And then that's why, you know, it all tie, you know, back to, if you understand the 5 elements, then you would have a basic understanding of, you know, some Chinese philosophy, and also start to understand Chinese medicine a little bit. And that's why we don't isolate, you know, one problem. So for example, if your hand is sore, we don't just look into your hand. We will look at, like, you know, where else is linked and, you know, treat as a holistic, you know, treatment. And that would be everything I would love to cover for today, guys. Thank you for coming. I hope, Helena, you'll also catch up on, you know, what we were talking about. If you have any question after, just let me know. Do we have any questions?
Very helpful.
But at this
Thanks, Kashan.
Amazing, great. All right.